Good morning, everybody. So it's Thursday today, so I'm popping on with an actual crystal grid that I like to use. And I've decided to show this one today because we are coming up to the Southern Hemisphere's Halloween or Samhain. Now, I'm sure people are probably going to sit there and be wondering, well, isn't Halloween in October? Yes, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. Now, what people actually not many people actually realise is that the veil, as it thins, is actually linked to the seasons. And as we get closer to winter, the veil between us in the living world and the world of our ancestors is thinning now. In fact, it starts from tomorrow and goes through to the 1st of May. So we are actually in a prime time right now to talk with our ancestors or commune with our ancestors or for healings to our ancestral line here in the Southern Hemisphere. So I thought today I would show you a crystal grid that I like to use. So the actual design of the crystal grid that I like is the Tree of Life, and in particular the Celtic Tree of Life. Now there are many different versions of the Tree of Life from many different cultures, so if the Celtic Tree of Life doesn't resonate with you, by all means do look up the other trees of life around the world. There's the Kabbalistic one, and pick the one that resonates with you. But when it comes to particularly this type of healing, the Celtic Tree of Life just resonates with me, and I'll explain to you why. So this is the base of my crystal grid. As you can see, we've got I've got it upside down, sorry. We've got the Celtic Tree of Life. So we've got the leaves up here, linking down the trunk to the roots with the circle, linking both the tree, the leaves with the roots. So the reason why I like to use this one is because with this particular healing, and I'll show you the crystals that I use in a sec, is the roots of the tree are the ancestors. The trunk of the tree is the generation currently alive, so you, your parents, your children, whoever's currently in the world of the living. And then the leaves are the future generations. So and then the circle links the future to the past and the past to the future, as well as to the here and now. So the way that this healing works is, once you have all the crystals in place, and there's other little things that I do as well, is that we go to the very beginning of your line, and we heal from the very beginning of your line through to the future generations, and then we flood the line from the light of your future generations down through the present to the past. So it works both ways. So some of the crystals I like to use, I'll just pop this down for a sec, to represent the myself and my generation who's still alive. I like to use the hematite, and I pop those on the actual trunk of the tree. Then to represent my ancestors, I like to use black obsidian, and they go down onto the actual roots of the tree. For the future generations, I like to use the very beautiful, the very calming selenite ones, and they go up into the leaves. And then I use, as part of it, lepidite. Now these actually sit just at the base of the trunk. So what happens with these is they kind of are used a bit to help anchor the present to the future and the present to the past. So they just sit at the base. And then I use some petrified wood, and these same thing, or another anchor to connect the past to the future and to the present, and then the future to the present and the past. And they also sit just in between the lepidite up at the base of the trunk. Then I use some clear crystal shards, and these actually fill in around the circle, and they link. Same thing, they will actually link the whole grid together. Just pop some around. As I can. And then to filter out, I'll do for now, then to filter out start to filter out the blocked energy or the negative energy that's in your line, so that it can be flushed with the new energy. I like to use my smoky quartz crystals. Now these will actually point down to the corners of the grid from the tree roots. And then I use, these are flint stones. Now what these do, the only thing that they'll do is I pop them on the corners of the grid, and they will actually absorb all that blocked negative energy that is being released from my ancestral line. So it goes like so. And then from there, you charge the grid. So to charge the grid, I do it various different ways. Like I'll use some Reiki or pranic healing. I'll also use some Karuna Reiki. In fact, the process that I do after the charge is grilled, and I typically do for a good 21-day period, is there's a particular skill I've learnt with Karuna Reiki that cleanses, but also does a healing, a more deep, intense healing on the ancestral line. And I'll also use the grid as my focal point and do that healing within that grid as well. So you can either do it to charge the grid one of the two ways. You can either use your fingers and visualize white light coming from there and charge the grid that way. So you would, I don't know how we're going to do this, I hope you can see. So imagining white light, and you would charge the grid, the crystals of the grid. Or another way that you can do it is if you've got a amethyst wand like this, because an amethyst one will naturally project an electric violet light, which is really good for this type of healing, because you want to really get into the nitty-gritty, and you would actually use the wand to charge it. Another good crystal to use would be black obsidian, because black obsidian is a really good one to when it comes to releasing things from within yourself, your shadow, as well as and from your ancestral line. So it is another really good crystal to use. Other things that I'll do, especially because we are in that time period where we're communicating with the ancestors, is really nice. I'll usually place this grid on a little altar table, and I'll have like photos of my departed relatives on there, and I'll have like a candle burning as well. So it's just a nice, lovely nice cleansing ritual that you can do this time of year to just help clear out all the blocked energy from yourself, from your ancestral line, and offer a healing to your ancestors, and then to also help bring in all that good, beautiful compassionate light and love energy to your future generations that are yet to come. So yeah, so this is just one of the things. Like I said, I usually do this, and then I do some other things with my Corona Reiki skills on top of that to give my line a really deep clean, and to give that of my clients a really deep clean. I shouldn't say clean, but a deep healing, I should say. But yes, it's just one of the many tools that I use to help heal my ancestors. Like I said, this is the perfect time of year to be doing it, because we are heading into that Halloween period here in the Southern Hemisphere from tomorrow. So perfect little grid to just set up and just let it work away. And also because we're just coming out of full moon as well, it's a really good one to set up about now, and let that full moon energy plus the now waning moon energy really cleanse and release from you and your line as well. So you'd also be using that moon energy. So it's really, really actually a really great time of year right now to be doing this type of healing. So I hope that's helpful, and if you'd like more of this type of content, please let me know, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye.